A very good afternoon to everybody gathered here. As we come towards the close of the 2026 IEEE International Conference on Electronic Systems and Artificial Intelligence Applications, jointly organized by Avionics Society of India, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology, and technically co-sponsored by IEEE Hyderabad section, we will now have a distinguished guest delivering a lecture to us. I request Dr. Sunil Solomon to please introduce our guest.
Thank you. Good evening, all. We begin this afternoon with a special distinguished lecture. It's now my privilege to introduce our chief guest for today's valedictory session, a visionary scientist, a distinguished leader, and a true patriot who has dedicated over 3 decades of his life to strengthening India's defense capabilities. He's an outstanding scientist and the director of DSP DRDO Hyderabad. He began his illustrious career with DRDO in 1990. Over the past 35 years, he has been at the forefront of India's electronic warfare and space operations research. As a project director, he has led multidisciplinary teams across antenna, microwave, digital electronics, mechanical, and software domains, bringing self-reliance to India in critical areas of electronic warfare. His leadership has been pivotal in fulfilling our country's intelligence gathering requirements through the successful integration of thousands of advanced EW subsystems. His contributions have been recognized with numerous prestigious awards, including DRDO Scientist of the Year Award 2018, ASA Award 2018, Scotch Award 2017, India's highest independent civilian honor, DRDO Performance Excellence Award 2010 and 2019, DLRL Technology Group Award 2004. He is a fellow of IIT and an active member of AOC and CSI. He has published extensively in international conferences and journals, and his research interests span the design and development of systems and software for electronic warfare and space warfare applications. He is none other than Dr. Anupama Sharma, an outstanding scientist and the director of DSP, DRDO Hyderabad. We are honored to have him. Yes, let us give a big round of applause to her, sir. Thank you for gracing the occasion.
Very good afternoon after heavy lunch, but I'll make it light. I will not go into the equations. You see, the background of this talk is like this. The world is facing crisis in terms of the warfare. Okay, so if you take 10 types of different warfare, it starts with land warfare, air warfare, space warfare, cyber warfare, cognitive warfare, nuclear warfare, biological warfare, chemical warfare. And space warfare is going to play a very important role in future. But then, again, space warfare cannot be covered even in 3 hours of talk. So I thought, let me go to the orbital warfare, which is going to dictate the future of any country. These are the topics which I am going to cover in my presentation, starting from the foundation and strategic imperative, and then finally the roadmap. Now, look at it, what is happening in the world. Today we have got in LEO around 25,000 satellites which are there, and out of which 14,887 are working, and rest 9,154 we have got the piece of debris. So managing a satellite in LEO is going to be a big challenge. But when it looks to the, when we see the geo orbit where we have got 968, 961 satellites, the number of satellites which are malfunction are just 80. Geo is a comfortable thing, but when it comes to LEO, out of 15 satellites, 14 are just debris and only one is functional. So the thing is going to be very chaotic, and then in future, you cannot manage the space traffic. What has happened is earlier when the satellite management was being done through space situation awareness, the prime focus was the safety of a satellite. But today we talk security of a satellite because it's not the debris, but the kind of space warfare which is going to take, many threats are going to be on your satellite. All of us, we know the satellite is used for communication, agriculture monitoring, what not. We are dependent on satellite. But tomorrow, if you see that a satellite is attacked, you are not going to be anywhere because all the warfares are going to be linked with the satellite. The primary function is the cataloging of the object. That means I should know that satellite belongs to which country, it has got its existence earlier. But today we have to characterize the threat. Any adversary satellite is going to be a threat to other satellite, and its materials, its antenna, its maneuverability is going to characterize satellite as a threat. Earlier we used to think that when we launch a satellite, we are going to cooperate with the world, and the other satellite is not going to hit my satellite. But today, we don't know which satellite can come and hit me. The earlier, if you see, the data requirement was, okay, I get data from the satellite, but today if you see that, if I don't get the data from the satellite in real time, in near real time, it is going to be a chaos. So the space is going to link the land, sea, air and cyber, total things through space. What are the physical vectors in the orbit which are going to play? The satellite is likely to be attacked by ASAT internationally. I don't put India, which became the power having ASAT in 2019, but already precedents are there where a satellite is likely to be attacked where a debris is created. But then what happened is that if debris is created, we will come under international sanction. So they've thought that by to create debris, we can launch a satellite which can grab a other satellite, deorbit and then burn in the atmosphere. That is what the threats are going to be. The high power microwave and lasers are going to be the real threat where you can attack a satellite with these weapons and you will not come to know who has done it. Now, the other things which are going to be there is you are using a satellite for communication and suddenly the service is not available. The electronic warfare comes into picture. The last one is very important is that somebody, as on today, it is possible to take control of the satellite and they can maneuver the satellite to somewhere else also. That is the cyber threats. So the multiple threats are going to be faced as far as the satellite is concerned. What is happening is the conflicts which are going as far as the space is concerned, you cannot decide whether they are going to be full-fledged armed conflict or routine space operations. Instances are there when a satellite comes very close to our satellite, monitors and goes back. Can you take an action? It's not possible. And this is where the problem is that as on today, there is a legal vacuum is there where we say only ASAT comes under the category of a potential threat. We are not talking the lasers, high power lasers, the cyber threats and also the other RPO type of operation where I can grab a satellite and deorbit. These things are not categorized as a threat at all. So the world is changing. What we used to think that a satellite is I want a satellite and I catalog is only for a safety measure, but then future is going to be, we have to look the potential threats to my satellites, which are going to be like ASAT, which are going to be hyper microwave, which are going to be like RPO type of operations. All these threats also require to be handled in future. Something very important that when we look at a satellite, the satellite, we should be able to detect there is a satellite. We should be able to track. In fact, this tracking has got a lot of potential for the research. The orbit determination, the type of algorithms which are there, if you compare, more than 150 different type of algorithms are there, and everybody is trying to compete how accurately I can do the orbit determination. But here it does not end. You should identify that this satellite belongs to whether it is a known satellite or an unknown satellite, because the military satellites are not not declared and they are launched. How you are going to declare that this belongs to some country? That's why these three were very old type of features for a satellite, but today we have to see in terms of the characterize. In the space itself, I should be able to get the mass of the satellite, I should be able to get the correct photograph of the satellite, I should be able to declare what materials it has got, what antenna it has got. Then attribute, you have to link that, which country it belongs. And second is understand intent. There are many satellites which are launched under the camouflage of this is going to be a remote sensing satellite, but the same satellite can be used as a potential weapon. And in future, the satellite also, we have to decide, you see satellite is moving with a speed of 7.8 kilometer per second. And if it is going to attack another satellite, do you think the operator is going to decide that how to protect my satellite? So there is going to be autonomy as far as the satellites are concerned, and those are the technologies I have tried to bring out. So earlier, if you see, operator is very happy that I have got a satellite, a dot. So you have got a state vector of the satellite. Today, the requirement is, I want to know what types of satellite is there, what material it has got, what sensors it has got, and what role it has got, and how much threat it is going to be to my satellite. That is what change has come. Now, how India has to make it happen? First is very important, that is satellite. Spectral analysis can be done. In spectral analysis, you will come to know many characteristics of the satellites, which you can identify the material of the satellite because hyperspectral type of payloads are there. You can also determine that IR sensor say how much heat it is transmitting. The photometric analysis can give the physical shape of the satellites. And of course, every satellite has to communicate with the outside world. And whenever satellite communicates with the outside world, you can do the RF analysis, and also you can fingerprint a satellite. What is that fingerprinting I am talking? For example, each of us, we are writing some text. It goes to other person. If 10 people write the same text, you cannot identify who has written that text. But if I put your audio signature along with the text, the audio signature is dependent on the hardware. So each satellite, though produced by the same factory, has got electronics which are somehow different from each satellite. You can identify a satellite uniquely. So as on today, we require to observe and identify a satellite. We require to characterize and identify its role, and we should be able to have a predicted analysis, what is the role of a satellite. And as on today, we are going from dot to a total satellite threat. So, if we have to identify the satellite role and all, what are going to come, and these are the research topics that you require on ground, the observatories which not only do the surveillance but should be able to track the satellites. Now, if you are on ground, the environment plays a very important role where the photographic image of the satellite is going to be deteriorated by the environment, and that is where the India requires the adaptive optics, so that the correction can be made by having an adaptive optics. In fact, adaptive optics, we use a laser guide star, and based on the feedback we can decide about the mirrors and the other things, and so that the satellite can be perceived clearly by the operator sitting on the ground. But if I have to monitor the entire space traffic in LEO and GEO, then you have to require specific orbits, like Melona type of orbit, where satellite can observe all the space activity around the Earth. Thinking is going on that if you take that there is a Earth and there is Moon, in between if you keep satellites to monitor the satellites on the Earth, it is going to be much more economical, because what happens is, because of the three-body problem, which is advantageous to us, if you put a satellite in SS lunar orbit, it is going to consume very less fuel. But the whole issue is that you are away from the Earth, and in between background there is a lot of clutter. How you are going to basically image the satellites from cislunar? These are the problems which are going on. Satellites are coming with stealth. So there can be a satellite with RF stealth, can be a satellite with optical clocking and all. All these things have to be handled by multiple sensors, like a satellite which is in Earth shadow. Still, it has to depend on some heat will be generated where MWIR and sensors can be used to identify and image a satellite. Gone are the days when we used to say satellite is going in an orbit. We also should be able to decide that the satellite, its photography in terms of its, like if a satellite is tumbling, it is going to be something like this. If the satellite, the panels are open, it is going to reflect more light. And if satellite body has got lot of dark material, it is going to be like this. Now, based on this total data which we get from satellites, from multiple sensors, using the AI and ML, we should be able to characterize a satellite. That means it is tumbling, it is maneuvering, or it is in a stabilized orbit. So, there are some adaptive optics, Melona orbits, cislunar orbits, and then in future we are going to have LiDAR also to precisely track a satellites. So, what is going to happen is you require many space assets to track the satellites. You require adaptive optics, and of course, when you put a satellite to track another satellite, which is done by one of the Indian vendor which has been working as part of our lab, you require very good CMOS type of a set, CCDs, which are advanced in nature, which can image a satellite in low lightning conditions. And these are going to be the challenges for realizing the technologies. The other part is that a satellite in the orbit has to communicate, telemetry, telecommand, or if it is synthetic aperture radar, it has to transmit something down, or if it has got some jammer, it has to transmit the frequency. Now, if you keep optics on the ground, then you can image a satellite only in the night. But RF transmitted by the satellite gives you the visibility 24/7. The technologies which are going to be used are digital beamforming, where you can do a surveillance, where you can track a satellite, and of course synthetic aperture radar can also basically do the imaging of the satellites. Challenges are there when if you have to track the satellite. In fact, there are going to be satellites in cislunar orbit, or they are going to be geosynchronous aligned. How we are going to track the satellite from the ground? But the most important thing is, whenever a satellite transmits any data, as part of this data, its signatures are also transmitted. And presently techniques, fingerprinting techniques are available where two satellites of same make can be uniquely identified. Of course, it has got the steps like spatial processing, temporal processing, followed by machine learning, because LPI, low probability of intercept transmissions, are being used by the satellite so that you cannot do the fingerprinting. So, again, we are dependent on the digital beamforming techniques. We are also having passive type of a surveillance measures to identify a satellite using ELINT and the other. But the world is going very fast. India needs many such satellites. Planning is going on. When other countries are launching many satellites, we can put our payloads having telescopes on board which can also track the satellites in the space. Yes, the quantum gravimeter, environmental sensing, and other things are going to be used to characterize a satellite, to identify its approximate weight and its intention. Something very important which is going to happen in the space traffic is, in the LEO orbit, when a satellite moves 7.8 km per second, and there is another satellite comes around 7.8 km per second, how we are going to respond to the threat? If you want to respond to the threat, you require the networking of the satellites in terms of millisecond of time. And how we are going to achieve, this is what the architecture is going to be, an innovative architecture. How we are going to address it is going to be a very big problem. One can talk 2 to 3 hours only on this architecture. So, for tracking the satellites, the space, you require multiple sensors. You require cloud and edge-based computing. And something very, very important is what data is coming, it has to be trustworthy so that the appropriate decisions can be taken. So, if you look at it, the data from the space it comes, it is unstructured data. Lot of volume of the data comes. From there, we should be able to decide about the dynamic maneuvering catalog of the satellites, and then we should be able to take appropriate action. So instead of waiting somebody to attack you, you should be able to predict that this satellite is coming closer to me and this is what is going to happen, and that is where the AI and ML is going to play a very important role. So, to do this, you require the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and of course the reinforcement learning, where number of satellites can collaborate with each other to handle a threat together. That is going to be a very, very big challenge in India. And of course, when you get data from space, it has got a lot of noise, and that is required to be removed. Huh?
Where will be the hub for this? Hub in the
No,
town.
no. In fact, I'll tell you, if you put a hub for further problem, it has to be done everything in the space, collaborative. In fact, it has to happen tomorrow. If you see, you can assume a satellite is not going to get connected with the for some time to the ground. They have to collaborate with each other. That is where the configuration I am bringing out. So, you see, but remember when I say about the orbit determination, there are other factors like a satellite is maneuvering. You should be able to do the similar simulation on the ground. And how it has to be done? You have to take all factors like earth factor, solar factor, all those things which are there. All these models has to go when you have to model a satellite on the ground. And then only you will be able to get the intent of a satellite. Future, not only a satellite is there, but if a satellite is attacked, we require technology to decide that who has attacked. For example, it is easy to identify a ASAT missile. You can identify which country it is launched with IR sensors. Co-orbital threats, you require telescopes and the radars. But DW and cyber threats to the satellite, their characterization is going to be a big challenge, but there are many solutions which are available. So, we should be able to have the forensic analysis of the threats of the satellites, where we require a lot of sensors on the ground and also the sensors to track the non-kinetic threats in the space. So, what we have been doing, this was the passive cataloging, and what is required to be done is the active enabler, where high value assets needs to be continuously monitored in the space. And what is going to happen? You have to assume that a satellite cannot transmit any data in this, sometimes in a given location. So it should be able to transmit to the other co-located satellite, and somewhere I should get the data on the ground. And every satellite should have a logic to identify, assess, trigger, verify, and should protect from the space. So this is the model of space orbit defense is going to be there, where you require the high value assets. You require to have sensors as part of the satellite so that the aperture of the optics gets closed once it's identified it is being attacked by the lasers. And it requires multi-domain resilience to protect itself. Okay. So anyway, I talked about the cislunar frontier, but now let me tell you that as on today, the satellites are having the centralized ground, but it is going to be extreme edge in future. From electronic processing, we have to go to the photonic kind of a processing on board. Federated learning is going to be there, so that the minimum transaction of the data happens between the satellites, and of course the quantum communication to bring out basically the security as far as the satellite communication is concerned. And this is what the satellite should have, all the parts together. Anyway, we know about the federated learning, where we observe, we train on board the satellite, we share only the weights, and then the whole thing works as a single entity. Remember, in future, India has to do the satellite having a stealth. Stealth is going to play a very important role, and it's going to be RF stealth, IR stealth, and optical stealth, optical clocking, where it should be able to manage the lights which falls disperse in such a way so that it cannot be easily imaged by other satellites. So AI and ML is going to play a very major role when satellite comes. So all these equations which we get on the ground have to get translated in the form of a satellite, and different threats to be handled in a different way. For example, if I want a satellite maneuvering towards my satellite, then you require basically some satellites in GEO. There are some satellites are required in LEO, and of course the commercial satellites are also required to give you the data. All these things requires, before we launch a satellite, the model of digital twins on the ground. Otherwise, you cannot launch a satellite and you cannot expect it to behave with the threats in space, because you cannot bring back the satellites once it is launched. It requires seed, it requires speed, and requires a scale. Trend is going on. You launch a satellite and check its performance in the orbit. Fail fast, learn fast. The government has to encourage such things. We need to follow the model which is being followed by the other countries of the world, like US, where a fast prototyping is done in 10 to 12 months. In fact, India has to work for 5 to 6 years to launch a satellite from concept to this other state. We have to think in terms of 12 to 24 months launching a satellite, and that requires a different approach. We have given a presentation to the government from land to orbit in 24 months, how it has to be done. Presently, it is very high. In fact, with the maximum speed, if you work, it takes 4 years. So future, we have to avoid the satellite collision with the other satellite, and requires a lot of inbuilt intelligence. And of course, it requires future, you have to assume that satellites are going to be attached, so you require if a satellite is attacked and it is killed, you require the other satellites to play its role. So the self-healing, the self-interpretation on board with edge computing. In fact, we have been allergic so far that satellite should not interpret data on the board, but now it's happening that edge computing in satellite is being placed. Quantum sensing, neuromorphic sensing, and photonics is going to play a very important role in future satellites. Yes, we have got power to create and we have got power to destroy. So we have to use our technologies for the useful use. And of course, the space future is going to be dependent on the multiple phenomenology, the native data AI, and also the cyber secure architecture. And this is the message that the goal is not to dominate the space, but to provide the security. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Anupam Sharma, sir, for giving us a completely different perspective of what we don't usually see in academics. And this is something we don't get to listen to every day. In most of the conferences, we don't get this perspective at all. Thank you for your enlightenment, sir. It is now time to invite our esteemed dignitaries onto the dais for the formal valedictory session. I would now request our principal, Professor Prabhuji Benakop, Principal, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, to come onto the dais. I now request Dr. B.L. Raju, Principal, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, please onto the dais. I request Shri K. Krishna Rao, sir, Secretary and Correspondent, Stanley and Methodist Group, to please come onto the dais. I now request Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti ma'am, former Director, DRDO, to please come on to the dais. I request the student volunteers to please welcome the dignitaries with a floral bouquet. I now request Dr. S.K. Chowdhury sir, former Director, RCI, DRDO, Vikram Sarabhai awardee, to please come over to the dais. I now request Dr. Vishwadjeet Thakkar, Dean, Indrashil University, our guest of honor for the valedictory session. I request our chief guest, Dr. Anupam Sharma, Outstanding Scientist and Director, DSP, DRDO, to please come over to the dais. I now request our Director, Infrastructure, Shri T. Rakesh Reddy sir, to please come over to the dais. Kindly be seated. I now request Dr. B.L. Raju sir, Principal of Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, the General Chair of the conference, to welcome the gathering today.
Good evening. Every successful conference concludes with a valedictory session. But the ideas generated, the collaborations initiated, and the inspiration ignited during the conference continue far beyond the closing ceremony. Over the past 2 days, this conference has been much more than an academic event. It has been a vibrant confluence of brilliant minds, where distinguished scientists, eminent academicians, researchers, industry experts, and young innovators came together to exchange ideas, present cutting-edge research, and collectively explore the future of electronic systems and artificial intelligence. As we assemble this afternoon, we celebrate not merely the successful completion of this international conference, but the beginning of new collaborations, new research directions, and new possibilities that will continue to influence academia, industry, and society. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Anupam Sharma sir, Outstanding Scientist, Director, DSP, DRDO. Respected Guests of Honor, Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti Madam, Former Director, DLRL. Dr. Vishwadjeet Thakkar sir, Dean, Indrashil University. Respected Secretary and Correspondent, Sri Krishna Rao sir. Respected Conference Advisor, Dr. S.K. Chowdhury sir, Former Director, RCI, DRDO, Vikram Sarabhai awardee, FNAE, Senior Life Member, IEEE. My esteemed colleague, Professor Prabhu G. Benakab, Principal, Methodist, General Chair, distinguished scientists, eminent academicians, keynote speakers, delegates, researchers, industry leaders, faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. A very pleasant good evening to one and all. On behalf of Stanley and Methodist and the entire organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt welcome to every one of you to the valedictory session. Your gracious presence has been a constant source of encouragement to our researchers, faculty members, and students. We are deeply honored that you have devoted your valuable time to mentor, motivate, and inspire our academic community. Now celebrating the success of this conference, over the last 2 days, this conference has successfully brought together scientists from DRDO, distinguished academicians, industry experts, research scholars, and students on a common platform to deliberate on emerging technologies that will shape the future. The conference witnessed enthusiastic participation, stimulating keynote lectures, insightful technical sessions, and meaningful academic interactions. The true success of a conference is not measured merely by the number of papers presented, but by the quality of ideas exchanged, the collaborations initiated, and the inspiration it provides to future researchers. A shared vision of two institutions, Stanley and Methodist, share a common commitment towards excellence in engineering education, research, innovation, entrepreneurship, and industry collaboration. Together, our autonomous institutions have built vibrant ecosystems through NBA accreditation, NAC accreditation, centers of excellence, AICT Idea Labs, technology business incubators, research centers, funded projects, patents, publications, and strong industry collaborations. Our common mission is to nurture competent engineers, responsible innovators, ethical leaders, and globally competitive professionals who contribute meaningfully to the national development. Our heartfelt gratitude. Now, I express my sincere gratitude to our chief guests of honor, conference advisor, keynote speakers, IEEE Hyderabad section, Avionics Society of India, technical program committee, reviewers, session chairs, authors, sponsors, organizing committee, faculty members, student volunteers, and every participant whose dedication and enthusiasm made this conference a grand success. I also congratulate all the researchers and award winners whose contributions have enriched this conference and inspired the next generation of innovators. Looking ahead, artificial intelligence and electronic systems are redefining every sector of the society. As educators, scientists, and researchers, we have a collective responsibility to ensure that technological advancement remains ethical, inclusive, sustainable, and beneficial to humanity. I am confident that the ideas exchanged during these 2 days will evolve into impactful research, meaningful collaborations, and innovations that contribute toward Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vikasit Bharat by 2047. Concluding remarks. Now, this international conference on electronic systems and artificial intelligence applications comes to a close. Let us remember that conferences may conclude, but the pursuit of knowledge never does. The discussions held, the friendships forged, the collaborations initiated, and the ideas shared over these 2 days will continue to inspire innovations that shape our future. Together, let us continue to learn, innovate, collaborate, and lead. May the spirit of this conference continue to inspire all of us until we meet again. I wish each one of you a safe journey and every success in your academic, research, and professional endeavors. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your motivation today. Great research begins with curiosity, but it thrives on feedback. Your insights today will shape the innovations of tomorrow. We now invite feedback from our participants and the delegates who have been presenting their papers throughout these 2 days. This is an opportunity for you to share your experience and your suggestions regarding this conference. I request the participants who wish to speak to kindly come over to the dais or to raise your hands in order to share your feedback. So, your silence, I assume that the conference has been a wonderful experience to all of you.
At least some feedbacks are required. Please give your views for 3 days. Your people are there, no, sir. No, madam, please come back. No, we want some input. Because it will be recorded there.
నమస్తే మేడం, నేను తెలుగులో మాట్లాడతాను.
మాట్లాడండి.
నమస్తే సార్, నేను లాస్ట్ 1 అవర్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాను సార్. అయినా కానీ నాకున్న కొంచెం ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ మీ అందరితో షేర్ చేసుకుంటాను సార్. ఎందుకంటే చాలా హై లెవెల్ అఫీషియల్స్ అందరూ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి బాటమ్ లెవెల్ వరకు వాళ్ళ నాలెడ్జ్ వెళ్ళాలంటే ఇంజనీరింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ని బాటమ్ లెవెల్ వరకు పంపిస్తున్నారు. మొన్న సమ్మర్లో మీ కాలేజ్ నుంచి 100 పిల్లలు, మా హస్బెండ్ అనకాపల్లి ఆర్డబ్ల్యూఎస్ ఇంజనీర్, ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ ఇంజనీర్ సార్, అక్కడ ఆయన దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చాలా హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ అయ్యారు. మా హస్బెండ్, ఆఫీస్ స్టాఫ్, ఫీల్డ్ స్టాఫ్ కూడా చాలా హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ అయ్యారు. ఏంటి, ఇంజనీరింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఇదివరకు మేము చదువుకునే రోజుల్లో అగ్రికల్చరల్ యూనివర్సిటీ పిల్లలే వచ్చేవాళ్ళు ప్రజల్లోకి, బాటమ్ లెవెల్ వరకు ఎలాంటివి అగ్రికల్చరల్ ఎలాంటి చేస్తున్నారు అనేది. అలాంటిది ఇంజనీరింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ని కూడా మీరు ఫీల్డ్కి పంపించి బాటమ్ లెవెల్ వరకు హయ్యర్ అఫీషియల్స్ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ని బాటమ్ ప్రజల వరకు కూడా చేరదీసే ప్రయత్నాలు మీరు అందరు చేశారు సార్. అందుకు మీ మీ కాలేజ్కి, మీ డిగ్నిటరీస్ అందరికీ చాలా హ్యాట్స్ ఆఫ్ సార్. ఇప్పుడు అసలు థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఇప్పుడు విక్రమ్ సారాభాయ్ అవార్డీ గారు, మళ్ళీ ఆ పక్కన మాకు ఇప్పుడు సెషన్ ఇచ్చిన సారు, మీకు అందరికీ కూడా మా హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు సార్. బాటమ్ మోస్ట్ అవర్ హార్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ యువర్ షేరింగ్ యువర్ నాలెడ్జ్ టు అవర్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ పీపుల్ సార్. అది ఇలాంటివి కూడా అంటే మనం శాటిలైట్ నుంచి ప్రజల దాకా తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. ప్రజలకి ఇన్కన్వీనియంట్ లేకుండా వాళ్ళు సుఖంగా వాళ్ళ పనులు చేసుకోవడానికి వీలయ్యే విధంగా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ టెక్నాలజీలతో పాటు మెకానికల్ ఇంకా ఎందుకంటే మనిషి పాటు పడితేనే మనకి అన్నం రావాలి. ఏదైనా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ టెక్నాలజీస్ మనం ఆఫీసుల్లో కూర్చొని చేసేది, ఎండలో వానలో అన్నిట్లో కష్టపడి చేసే ప్రజల యొక్క కష్టాలకి వాళ్ళని సుఖంగా వాళ్ళ వృత్తి ఎలా చేసుకోగలిగితే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ వాళ్ళని ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు కంఫర్ట్గా పనిచేస్తే వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ లైఫ్ టైం ఉంటుంది. అలాంటి లైఫ్ టైంలో వాళ్ళు ఇంకా ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ వాళ్ళు కూడా కనిపెట్టగలుగుతారు. అలాంటివి ప్రజలందరి దగ్గరికి చేర్చాలని మీ ద్వారా నేను విన్నవించుకుంటున్నాను సార్. ఈ అవకాశం మీరు నాకు ఇచ్చినందుకు హార్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ థ్యాంక్స్ సార్.
Thank you for that heartfelt feedback, ma'am. It is indeed the responsibility of the engineering education system to take technology to the grassroots level. Thank you for that feedback. I would now request Dr. Sunil Solomon to please introduce the guest of honor for today's program, our distinguished Dr. Vishwajit Tharkar sir from Indrashil University.
It's my privilege to introduce Dr. Vishwajit Thakkar sir, a visionary academician, a prolific researcher, and a true leader in engineering education. I'm pleased to welcome sir, who comes from who worked as a dean of the School of Engineering at Indrashil University, Gujarat. Dr. Thakkar is an alumnus of IIT Bombay with over 30 years of experience. He has made significant contributions in the fields of systems and control, electronics, IoT, computer vision, and digital healthcare. He is a senior member of IEEE and a fellow of IITE and has held leadership positions at premier institutions across Gujarat. His research excellence is reflected in his 32 journal publications, 28 conference papers, and supervision of 14 PhD and 11 ME theses. He has successfully secured research funding from various prestigious institutions including ISRO, DST, and ANRF, and has established international collaborations with universities in the USA, UK, Japan, Italy, and Malaysia. Recognized with numerous awards, including the Pedagogical Innovation Award from GTU and the IEEE Outstanding Contribution Award, Dr. Thakkar brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to our gathering today. It's my privilege to invite Dr. Vishwajit Thakkar to the podium to share his insights with us. Please join me in giving him a warm round of applause.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. I know it's a valedictory function and all of you are here since last 2 days. I'm not going to take much time, but let me congratulate the organizer for this wonderful conference. Though I came today morning, but I was observing online what are happening. So day before yesterday, evening sessions were wonderful. I missed them. Yesterday there were wonderful sessions, offline presentations were there, and I learned that person from Qualcomm was here and he discussed a lot of things, so I missed that, but I met them last year in our conference as well. I'm a small person. I'm introduced as an alumni of IIT Bombay 2007 batch. I graduated in 1991 from BVM Vallabh Vidyanagar in Electronics, Masters Automatic Control Robotics, the MS University of Baroda. And since then, I am continuously in connection with various foreign universities to develop my institutions, my students and stuff. Technically speaking, I am working in a different emerging areas like AI, machine learning, IoT, and interestingly, energy harvesting. One more important thing our esteemed chief guest said about satellite orbit, and coincidentally, I am working on a RESPOND project wherein we are designing and developing algorithms for standalone onboard real-time orbit determination for LEO satellites with sub-meter accuracy. Now the goal is why we are doing it, because we need to make something in India our own. So we are developing our own chip. I mean, SAC ISRO has developed a chip. Okay, this is something bit confidential, but everybody knows it. They are making a ASIC chip with two IP core. One is for navigation and second for orbit determination. So we are working on a project we determine the orbit with sub-meter accuracy. Now the goal is very challenging, that we have to identify a code, algorithm in C language, remember C language, and it has to run on a chip with all optimization, all power, and give a sub-meter accuracy on board. Okay, so satellite position on board, state vector as sir mentioned, we have to compute, And for that, we are working very seriously on the project since last 1 year. So it's a coincidence that it has happened that Dr. Anupam Sharma, I could be able to hear him. This is one project we are working, and there is a huge potential to work on it. And it's not easy job, but we are doing it to make it in India, it happen. And we are sure that within 1 year, we'll come out with the algorithm, and we'll be able to port that algorithm on a chip. So second IP core will be available with the systems. We are closely working with them. This is what I wanted to say. Second important things, if anybody is doing research, there is an open problem recently floated on automatic road network identification and detections using AI pipeline. So what we have done, that we have captured the campus images using drones, and we have identified different roads condition, paver block, Kacha road, RCC road, walkway, using drone around 250 images we have taken, and using vision transformer of AI, we could do it very nicely, and we are getting a very good result with the vision transformer. So this is an open problem we have done with the drone images, and we are now going to compare with the satellite images where there are challenges. Now somebody say, where is going to be used? So there are strategic locations, urban development, they need such kind of surveillance and monitoring through the automated aerial vehicles. So drone images we have done with, we are working with now satellite images to get this kind of data. The challenge is there is an occlusion of the buildings due to trees, due to bridges, you are not able to find out the roads. So in a very strategic area, for example, Kashmir, if you have to identify the streets where people are trespassing through the borders, you have to identify those. So such AI-generated algorithms are being developed for these particular applications. One interesting application which we have developed is on hybrid energy harvesting system for Internet of Things devices. Now energy harvesting is not new. We know solar energy harvesting very well. We know the wind energy harvesting very well. Then there are thermoelectric energy harvesting, RF energy harvesting, and piezoelectric energy harvesting. So in pharmaceutical machines, there are potential to identify the different piezoelectric, thermoelectric harvesting mechanisms by which we can reduce the power, and the power backup, which is used as a UPS into the machines. So for this project, we are working with De Montfort University, United Kingdom, with our recent visits continuously since last 1 year. So what I am saying is the theme of AI, electronic systems and AI application is very relevant that you have chosen for this conference. And I'm thankful to Dr. Chaudhary for introducing me here, all the management, all principals for making my arrangement here. And I'm really thankful that I'm not going to take much time because I have said 3 points, these 3 research we have done, and one more on autonomous drones. Recently, there was a call from Mahadrone, and you might be aware, Mahadrone competition is open. So we have also submitted a very good project on parachute recovery of drone in an urban areas which are greater than 2 kilograms. This project we have written in a consortium mode. What I believe is work together, join together, come together, wherever you are. So we have written a joint project with ISRO, IIT Gandhinagar, IIT Guwahati, IIT Dharwad, Prime UAV, private company. So they wanted a consortium mode, we gave them a consortium mode. Around 25 crore rupees project we have submitted. So what I'm trying to say is that though we are coming from a small university, we have good connects, and we really work very closely with the professors in France on AI, professors in UK on energy harvesting, professors in USA for typically agriculture, AI in agriculture related work. So this is my first visit to Hyderabad, and thanks to Dr. Chaudhary for that. Thanks to Methodist and Stanley College of Engineering. Though there was a pressure, you go for 3 days. I planned for 3 days. I told I'll come for 3 days, but all of a sudden, free regulatory committee visit came to my university, and being a dean, I need to remain to present all the documents, all the facility to them. So I could not join you. I apologize if any inconvenience is caused to you for that. But thank you very much for your support, and I congratulate all once again for your nice organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your wonderful experience with us, and thank you for your special invitation to address the open-ended problems in the use of electronic systems and their control using AI. I now invite Professor Prabhuji Benkop Principal of Methodist and General Chair of the conference, to present the conference report.
A very warm good evening to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure and great privilege to welcome you all to the valedictory session of 2026 IEEE International Conference on Electronic Systems and Artificial Intelligent Applications, hosted by Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology, and Avionics Society of India. We are delighted by the enthusiastic participation of more than 300 delegates, including distinguished scientists from DRDO laboratories. DRDO laboratories such as RCI, ASL, DLRL, NSTL, and DRDL, representative from industries, universities, premier research institutes, startup government organizations, deans, directors, head of the department, faculty members, research scholars, and delegates from different parts of India and abroad. This prestigious international conference was jointly organized by the Avionics Society of India, headed by Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, with the technical co-sponsorship of IEEE Hyderabad section. We are also grateful to the valuable support extended by the Computer Society of India, CSI, and our esteemed industry partners, Qualcomm, Ananta Technologies, Air Force Labs, Accutronics, and Electro Circuit Systems, whose collaboration significantly strengthened this conference. Today, we are honored to have with us Dr. Anupam Sharma, Outstanding Scientist and Director, DSP, DRDO, as a chief guest for today's function. Dr. Vishwajit Takar, Dean, Indrasil University, as a guest of honor. Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, former Director, RCI, DRDO, and Vikram Sarabhai Awardee. Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti, former Director, DRDO. Sri K. Krishna Rao, Secretary and Correspondent, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology and Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women. Sri T. Rakesh Reddy Garu, Director, Infrastructure. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished guests for gracing this valedictory session. I now read the conference report, which was conducted for 3 days on 16, 17, and 18. Since more number of sessions were conducted, now I'll try to highlight it. As we conclude this remarkable event, I have the privilege of presenting a brief report on the successful conduct of the 3 days event. This conference commenced with a pre-conference workshop on 16th July 2026, followed by the inaugural ceremony, where we were deeply honored by the gracious presence of Padma Bhushan awardee, Dr. V.K. Saraswat, member Niti Aayog, Government of India, and presided over by Sri Professor Kumar M., Honorable Vice Chancellor of Osmania University, Hyderabad. The inaugural ceremony was further enriched by the presence of eminent personalities, including Dr. Jagannath Nayak, Director General, Missiles and Strategic Systems, DRDO, Sri Raja Babu, former Director General, Missiles, DRDO, Sri MGPL Narayana, Chairman, IEEE Hyderabad Section, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, former Director, RCI, DRDO, and Vikram Sarabhai Awardee, Sri K. Krishna Rao, Sir, Secretary and Correspondent, and Sri Rakesh Reddy, Director, Infrastructure, and Dr. B.L. Raju, Principal of Stanley College of Engineering and Technology. The conference also featured distinguished inaugural keynote addresses by Dr. Arpan Pal, Distinguished Chief Scientist and Research Area Head, Embedded Devices and Intelligent Systems, TCS Research Lab, and Dr. Mohammad Masiuddin Mohammad, Principal Engineer, Cisco, San Francisco, USA, who shared the valuable insight into emerging technologies and intelligent systems. The central theme of this conference is one of the most transformative technological revolutions of our time. Over the past 3 days, the conference explored artificial intelligence and advanced electronic systems transferring to healthcare, transportation, communication, and cyber security, national security, etc. I am delighted to share that this conference received an overwhelming response of nearly 1,593 papers were submitted, including 48 international papers. The review process was conducted through the Microsoft CMT platform using a rigorous double-blind peer-reviewed system. 458 reviewers were invited, 320 reviewers were accepted invitation, 282 expert reviewers completed 3,118 independent reviews. Totally 162 papers were finally accepted for presentation, resulting in an acceptance ratio of approximately 10.4%. These achievements stand as a testimony to the transparency, credibility of this academic excellence used in this particular international conference. One of the unique highlights of the conference was pre-conference session where the specialized tracks like artificial intelligence and IoT, emerging technologies, drones and anti-drone systems were conducted, different tracks were conducted. The workshop was delivered by the eminent personalities from industries, Dr. Suman Sinha, Senior Director of Qualcomm, Dr. Santanu Chatterjee, RCI DRDO, Dr. Paulami Chowdhury, Founder and CEO of Alex, Dr. Adarsh Kandana Air Force Labs Private Limited, Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti, former Director DRDO, Dr. Anil Allada, Dr. Muhammad, Principal Engineer Cisco, San Francisco, USA. Their insightful lecture, live demonstrations, and interactive sessions effectively bridge the gap between academic, research, and industrial applications. Another major attraction of this international conference was outstanding lineup of keynote speakers. We had a privilege of listing many keynote speakers for these three days. Dr. Sri Ramana, scientist, RCI DRDO, has given a speech on overview on quantum technologies. Dr. Shyam Shetty, former Director, National Aerospace Laboratories, NAL, on advanced technologies for combat aircraft. The special keynote addresses by eminent DRDO scientists addressing strategic technologies on national importance, one by Dr. R. Yadagiri, DLRL, Communication Electric Warfare, Dr. Justina Geeta, ASL, Hypersonic Technologies, Dr. Murali Mohan, DRDL, Mission Studies, Dr. Shivpal Singh, Program Director, ASL, New Generation Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. Today, we are privileged to listen Dr. Anish Kumar Sharma, Director, SSPL DRDO, who delivered an outstanding keynote address on electronic systems for strategic applications. We were equally honored by the inspiring address by Dr. Jagannath Nayak, Director General Missiles and Strategic Systems DRDO, who emphasized the pivotal role of indigenous semiconductor technologies in building true artificial intelligence ecosystems. I am confident that the technical presentations, keynote lectures, panel discussions, and networking opportunities during these 3 days will lead to the meaningful collaborations, innovative research, technology transfer, and long-lasting professional partnership. Before I conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to IEEE Hyderabad section and its valuable technical co-sponsorship, Avionics Society of India for its continued guidance and support, Computer Society of India for its valuable association, our esteemed industry partners Qualcomm, Ananta Technologies, Air Force Labs, Accutronics, Electro Circuit Systems. Our distinguished keynote speakers, invited speakers, reviewers, technical program committee members, session chairs, session co-chairs, advisory committee members, organizing committee members, faculty members, administrative staff, and our dedicated student volunteers. Their unwavering commitment, hard work, and collective efforts have made this conference a grand success, more than the expectation. Finally, This is hard work of nearly 19 months which you have initiated during April 2025 by Dr. S.K. Chaudhary and from Methodist College of Engineering and Technology. Now it has given a very fruitful results like this. Finally, I congratulate all the authors whose papers were presented during the conference. I also extend my heartfelt congratulations to the recipient of the Best Paper Awards and other conference recognitions. Your outstanding research contributions, exemplary spirit of innovation and excellence that this conference seeks to promote very well. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for such a comprehensive report on all the activities of the conference. Yes, this has been the effort put together for past 19 months coming together and yielding its fruit. Every milestone we celebrate today is a testament to the journey of curiosity, collaboration, and perseverance that has brought us here. Now I'm honored to have with us Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, sir, former director of RCI DRDO, Vikram Sarabhai awardee, and the conference advisor. I now request sir to address the gathering today.
Hello. Everybody has talked about all, but you know who is behind all of us is Dr. Kalam. Avionics Society was formed by Dr. Kalam. All the fellows whose name he has told has been all brought by Dr. APJ Kalam. I am very clear about it. Without him, but one man cannot exist alone. Other three also are there. You have to know, J.L. Sundaram is 90 years old. Without him, things could not have proceeded. J.L. Swaminathan is no longer there. Okay? These people were there always. Plus, it was supported by Dr. Saraswat, Prahlad, and Mr. Pillai, from the missile laboratory. From the aircraft, I have to name them, Kota Harinan and our KG Naran. Okay? You should know these names. And there is one man, hello, my dear friend, Atul, you tell his name, you are our Stanford chief. Are Stanford signal processing chief, who says system engineering is a must. ISC. Bolo. I'll tell, he's now Stanford chief. Oh, okay, I'll tell at the end. And Menon is unfortunate not to come. Menon would have come, but Menon, we face difficulty. Huh? Paul Raj ka upar. Paul Raj ka upar. Are ISC ka. I'll tell. Okay, so these are the people who are behind. And one more thing I wanted to say, obviously there are other names I may have forgotten, but I should tell, otherwise I feel bad. Dr. T.K. Ghoshal, Tapan Kumar Ghoshal in Jadavpur University. He has built many of the people around. Obviously, the thing was started by Dr. Nag Chaudhary. He only brought the philosophy of, you don't know that, without UPSC, he appointed, starting from Saraswat to all of us, ad hoc. We are appointed as ad hoc scientists, but we all cleared UPSC. 90% of us cleared UPSC. 10% was in trouble, but Dr. Kalam helped nearly 8%. 2% was not able to do. So like that, he has developed the laboratory. He is of that kind of, all the institutes, they came around us. That's why I am able to take center of excellence is a must. But alone center of excellence doesn't work. Now it is the era of maker's place. What is maker's space? A prototype has to be built. I feel next time we'll show without no paper should be allowed without a hardware. It should be hardware supported by design. Our aim is to give the product. Product is a must. Without product, Americans are not giving anything. If the G engine is not there, our LCA afterwards has problem. We have made the engine, but to make it a production version, it will take some time. Anupam, please do understand. I think you should have told all this. These are the required. So what I'm telling, use our startups. You let them use our facility. Morning itself I told, I'm repeating, GoCo. Let Prabhu go and get money in the GoCo of company owned but government owned. Yes. Sir, Krishna sir, company owned but government owned for the costly equipment so that you get, and don't repeat the fab and all. That should be done by somebody else. Today morning, that's why I bought him. He came, Anish. Madhuvita is there sitting. She started that because I shifted her from the other field to that field. Okay, that has given impact diode. So India can give anything. If you visit that facility, the things they have done is excellent. Somehow, some leadership is going. Now Anish is going, na? So Anish will make that more working. I am very hopeful, and we all have to chase that. So with all this hope, I think but you don't forget my friend, Mr. Agarwal. He is no longer there, R.N. Agarwal, who was the Agni main thing. See, there are two kinds of weapon. Now he has brought a third kind. What are the one is against the enemy, one is defending us. We are more in the defending. But sometimes against is better. You are not eating, it is a threat. Threat. We are having, we will test it and show it. What Americans are doing. Whereas now Iranians have shown the threats that with swarm they can do things. So that means that swarms can be small project. Swarm can be done in chota swarms. Mallikarjun, you have to lead that. Those things can be done in the college. Let us take up, Sir Krishna Sahab, 1 or 2 swarm projects. Mr. Basa is doing there in Andhra Pradesh. Here also you need a person of that type who will do that. And I will not leave him. He is with the collector today. He is with the collector today to get the sanction. Okay, these are the things which is happening. Anyway, I am 76 years old, so I may be another 2-3 years. So I'll try to be cooperative with you. But I want now the youngsters, Kanti, Venkatmani, all are there. So many are there. Lavanya, you are also there. Okay, all of us. See, friendship is the key to success. I have decided one thing yesterday night. I will not have friends who doesn't have any technical quality or a cultural quality. Sorry sir, I would avoid the political quality. Because, if political fellow is good, definitely I will use it. Do you understand? But I want my friends, either they should have technical excellence or some cultural excellence. Some excellence should be there. So that our meeting, I have forgotten how you are, N.V. Kadam, I don't know, this is your mistake. You should have brought him. N.V. Kadam has contributed for the ISRO project. N.V. Kadam has contributed in our DRDO project. He was always with me. And Dr. Swami, he also has left. He was also very fantastic. I'm naming some name. Dr. Gupta, SLV man. He gave me Vikram Sarabhai. Normally, hello, Bonupam, atomic energy and all, they don't give to others. Normally, he bridges the gap between atomic energy and defense through me. He gave me, because I used to help them. And Kalam will say, no, Chaudhary will work in the night. He's afraid. बोला 4:30 बजे सब चला जाता हम क्या करेगा Krishna साहब but I learned there. We went by ships there. We have traveled when there is a flight is happening. Hello, if you permit me, I'll give you one incident, very, very fantastic incident. What was happening, the flight was getting delayed. So what to do? Big ministers and all have come. Now, we are first time launching in the Sierra Gota. Now they define a zone. If it is not within the zone, they will not allow you to fly. They will not allow. So that our theoretical people, they are giving lot of margins. Anupam, you know this. They are giving with the safety people a lot of margins. What Dr. Kalam did, he put me with that ISRO man, who is a safety man. He will just put the button and destroy the missile if it is not going properly. I said, sir, why you are putting me into such a, they are much more senior, they are much more experienced. You know how much is the band? I said, that I have to know. I have no other option. Sir said, no, he knows. You don't allow him to press the button. How can I stop a person who will press the button and destroy our missile, which can go to some village? Kalam said, you please be there. You just have an eye-to-eye contact with me. It's a dangerous job. Now, as usual, our missile was slightly going like this. I hold it in his hand. Hey! I hold it, came back. I know it is much more zone it is having. He doesn't like me. Prabhu also will be angry with me sometime. But I showed him it worked. Sometimes you have to take risk. Without risk, you cannot do anything, sir. If you don't take risk, I don't want to say how many risks myself and Saraswati has taken. It is very strange we are still alive. Okay, thank you. What I want to encourage you, put your effort. Also enjoy also. Give some bonus to people who are working more. I feel that is too much. Problem today is we are not able to give. I should say, Krishna Sahab, youngsters ko bhej do, Kashmir bhej do. After something is success, that sort of encouragement you give. I have given in some other way. You please try to, you have to encourage like that. Who is working 24 hours, first of all, one day they should take rest, Sunday. But 4:30 baje jaane se nahi hota sahab. 90% will not work. I know in udhar hai na IIT man, hey hello, sab boliye Bombay IIT mein aadmi log kab jata hai? Bandopadhyay Sahab mein, Bandopadhyay starts working in the night. I can't help it, but I am telling you, enjoy. Sunday you don't come. Take a 2 weeks holiday, 2 times in a year, but not every day. Kitna holiday hai? How many holidays? There is no end to that. Please do enjoy the work as well as see your family. When there is an emergency, I think all the bosses are quite. But idhar ka ek phenomena hai, sir, I do not understand. In Bengal, anybody going to doctor, they are telling they are going to hospital. What is this language in Hyderabad? I am finding that. They are going to see the doctor, but they are telling, sir, I am going to hospital. Hospital means dangerous. I have to allow him. Going to a doctor is not a hospital. Sorry, I am wasting your time, but I am telling the practical difficulties. So I think college has problems, because but college has more resource if you can attract them. I am telling you, youngsters sometimes can work anytime. My own daughter, whole night wo USA meeting chal raha hai. Whole night. With 2 kids, she is moving every month to US and come back. Sometimes I am the chowkidar. Madam is going as a caretaker. That is the sort of a thing I am telling you. Okay, thank you for the patience.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us. I'm sure from the interactions we had with Professor S.K. Chowdhury, sir, each one from the organizing committee shall remember his zeal and his vigor forever in our technical journey. Thank you, sir, for inspiring us. I now request Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti ma'am, former Director DRDO, to address the gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais, DRDO colleagues, faculties, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. So the conference has given us an opportunity to come across very recent technologies, technological developments. The sessions were very, very informative with a number of good papers on AI applications on electronics systems, which is needed at this moment. In the pre-conference workshop also, we met eminent industry professionals from Qualcomm, Cisco, and startup people also, and the startup people who are doing drones and anti-drone systems and applying AI into healthcare. We have listened to them. We had a very good interactive session in the panel discussion with them. And I have seen the audience and participants, they were really enjoying the sessions. So, hope the participants enjoyed all the sessions. I thank all the faculties and especially the volunteers. You have done an excellent job and supported the full thing. Without your support, it would not have been possible. And thanks specifically to Dr. Chaudhary for inviting different industry and DRDO professionals for the keynote address, and which gave an excellent experience to all of us. Thanks to the conference chairs, the principals of Methodist College and Stanley College for conducting it so well, and congratulate on your successful completion of the conference. Thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your reflections on the conference and for your wishes towards the conference and the organizing team. Now I would like to request the chief guest of the valedictory session, Dr. Anupam Sharma, the outstanding scientist and director, DSPA DRDO, to address the gathering.
Good evening. I start from where Dr. Chaudhary left. You see, he talked about Dr. Kalam, and some of you have heard, but let me tell you how to describe Dr. Kalam in the form of a beautiful poem. हर पल सांस जो औरों के लिए लेता है, हर पल सांस जो औरों के लिए लेता है, जीवन के अभाव को हंसते हुए सह लेता है, कर्म करते हुए प्राणों की बलि देता है, मनुष्य तो वही है जो सबको दिशा देता है. I'll conclude it fast to make it more interesting. I want to know how many parents are there? Parents? Okay, yes, all parents. Okay. See, day for yesterday, I was in IIT Kanpur, convocation. I was distributing these degrees. Parents were there. I looked at them. I said there was a time when we were growing up, our parents used to tell, beta bade ho jaoge, thoda job le lena. Nowadays the parents say, how many people you are going to give jobs? That's the startup culture India has brought. Okay. The ideas for the startup comes from this type of conferences actually. Something to my dissatisfaction I want to tell you ki some first paper on TDOA written by somebody, and after that n number of papers they come and we quote those papers. So I was discussing with director that Kanpur that sometimes you should unlearn. You know what is happening is I was dissatisfied and I get this, it continues that normally we start solving a problem by looking at what is available, and then compiling it? Can we erase our memory and think that I want to do this work? Is there some way? So that a first paper can be written by somebody who has got innovative ideas. Like Newton, everybody sees that apple falls, but he brought out the gravitational forces. So this is what is required, and a need of the hour is our country is going for a startup culture where any idea which is discussed in the conference may lead to a beautiful product. I want to tell you something about the startup powers. I had the opportunity to go, because this is going to be good for your student, for your kids. When I went to France, the Deputy NSA was telling, are we going to beg some technologies from France? So I said, sir, can we give something back to France? In fact, when we went there, 3 technologies India could offer back to France. And it was because of the startup. One of the startup, I'll tell you, has thought that can I put a satellite at an orbit of 250 kilometer altitude? But it will fall within few months because it requires a lot of fuel, because drag and all. So he got up an idea that can I use a nascent oxygen and nitrogen as a fuel so that it will run for time. France is telling that we want to collaborate with that startup. Like these 3 technologies, France wants to collaborate. Today, gone are the days when we say that Americans, Germans, they are ahead in the technology. Startup culture is coming up, and these type of conferences will give new ideas to new startups. And this will make that all of your kids are not going to be millionaires, but billionaires. And we are trying to bring a culture when a startup comes. I always tell them, बेटा करो कुछ ऐसा कि दुनिया बनना चाहे आपके जैसा. ठीक है? तो this particular thing we have to focus that India में there is not going to be a poverty or job problem. From defense, we are thinking that we should not only work for the defense, but the defense should lead to the export business for the startup. My small labs has brought around 10 startups who are working on many niche technologies, and such type of conferences which become successful will bring some more startups, and then India will become very, very rich. So just I'll end my speech with one thing that, normally when we get tired, we get a good sleep. So one of the poem written is like this. कर्म तुम्हारी अपनी पूंजी, फल तो केवल दान मात्र हैं. वह याचक दाता तो वह, देने दे अधिकार उसे. फिर क्यों कर्महीन होकर तुम पूंजी अपनी खोते जाते. फल पाने की मृत तृष्णा में जीवन को तुम हारते जाते. Research is something which is never ending. If it ends, the scientist dies. Don't get satisfied what you have done. Try to do something more to the country. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Somebody may quote wrongly. Our main guru is Thomas Kailash, who is the Stanford chief till at the age of 94. 94. He was the IISc chief. So he has learned what is system engineering, where computer, electrical, electronics, Atul knows very well. All this IEEE and all is because of him. He is the main man. And I just forgot 2-3 names. Please, you excuse me. By mistake I have done, I can't help it. To remember so many. I have covered most.
And we will try to remember too, sir. The pursuit of excellence is never complete, but every step forward illuminates the path for others. Sir, your experience lights the path for each one of us sitting here today. Thank you for your inspiration, sir. We would like to take your words and to think disruptively and stand for the nation in all ways that we can. And we will also try to inculcate the startup culture through academia. Now is the time for us to felicitate our distinguished guests here. We often take for granted the very things that deserve our gratitude the most. Today we pause to express our gratitude to the guests who have come on our invitation, honoring those who have given their time, wisdom, and presence, not just as a formality, but as a reflection of our values. I request the management and the organizing team to felicitate our distinguished guests of today. I request the dignitaries to please felicitate Dr. Vishwadit Tharkar, Dean, Indrashil University, the guest of honor for today's valedictory session. I now request Sir to honor the chief guest of today's program, Dr. Anupam Sharma, the outstanding scientist and director, DSP, DRDO. I now request Sir to felicitate Dr. S.K. Chowdhury, former Director, DRDO, for his continuous engagement through our conference proceedings. I now request the dignitaries to please honor Dr. Madhumita Chakravarti, the former director, DRDO, who has been part of this conference. I'll request the chief guest and the guest of honor to please award a memento to Dr. G. Mallikarjuna Rao from RCI. I now request them to honor, Professor Prabhuji Benakop, Principal Methodist, the General Chair. I request the guest of honor to join in to award Professor B.V. Raju, sir, Principal of Stanley Engineering College. Now to some of the people who have played a very vital role in the organizing of the conference. I call upon Dr. V. Assistant Srinivas Baba, sir, to please come forward. Sir, can I request Ms. Chaudhary, sir, also to join in awarding the. Dr. Kedarnath Sahu, HOD EC, Stanley. Dr. K. Prasanna, Associate Professor, CSE Department, Methodist College of Engineering. Dr. G. Karthik, Professor, Stanley College of Engineering. I call upon Dr. Kanti Rekha, Professor Lalit, and Dr. Ramana. Professor Venkatamani, please come forward. Professor Bude Chakravarti, Dr. Rajshekar, HOD Mechanical, Mr. Rajnikant, Triple E Methodist, Dr. Kanakaturga, HOD IT Stanley, Dr. Jayashankar, Dean IPNO Methodist, Dr. Ravi M. Yadahalli, Dean IQAC Methodist, Dr. G. Batmashri, H&S Stanley, Dr. P. Lavanya, Dean CS and AI Methodist, Dr. T. Praveen Kumar, HOD AML Methodist, Dr. Diana Moses, myself from the Department of CSC Methodist. Followed by Dr. Krishna Kumar, Professor Methodist, Dr. Jayashankar, Dean IPNO Methodist, Dr. R. Manivannan, CSC Stanley, Dr. Mustafa, Dean Student Affairs Methodist, Dr. Bharat Nayak, Civil Methodist, Dr. Sunil Solomon, H&S Methodist, Dr. P. Narayana, Dr. Anuradha Reddy, HOD H&S Methodist, Mr. Sachin, the Administrative Officer, Methodist, Mr. A. Ramesh, AO, Stanley, Dr. Veerabhadra Rao, H&S Methodist, Dr. S. Vijay Kumar, MBA, Stanley, Mr. Imran, Civil, Dr. Y. Mastanama, HOD Triple E Methodist, Ms. Pratyusha, CSC Department, Methodist, Dr. Lakshman, Triple E Department, Methodist, Mr. Mansoor, Dr. Sujata, HOD MBA, Mr. Shrikant, PRO Civil Methodist, Dr. G. Gangadhar, H&S Stanley, Dr. Bandita Naik, HOD Civil Methodist. Mr. YMM Reddy, Mechanical Methodist. Dr. G. Srilata Stanley. Mr. Ranadir, Supervisor, Methodist. Dr. Batmashri Stanley. Dr. Vyomakesari Stanley. Dr. Srilata Stanley. Ms. Madhavi Edmund. Ms. B. Srilata Stanley. Dr. Rupa Shri Stanley. Dr. Sirisha Stanley. Dr. Vidya Bhargavi Stanley. I request the chief guests and the guest of honor for today to please honor our management, Shri K. Krishna Rao sir. And T. Rakesh Reddy sir, Director Infrastructure. I will now take a moment to receive my memento from the guests.
Sri Baba sir garu vilchinra. Mr. Shravan Kumar from ECE department.
The rest of the team members will receive their appreciation after the event is done. I now request the dignitaries to please come back to your seats. Professor Atul Negi from IEEE Hyderabad section. Professor Lanka Satya Prasad from Stanley. I request the guests from DRDO and RCA to please join for the photograph. Thank you, everyone. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it, says William Arthur Ward. All the faculty who have been part of the coordination team shall be given with your certificates after the valedictory session ends. As we come to the close of this program, to express the gratitude and to provide the concluding remarks of this wonderful valedictory session, I now request Professor K.N. Sahu, HOD ECE Stanley, and the General Co-Chair of the conference to deliver the vote of thanks.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, colleagues and dear participants, Namaskar and very good evening. As we draw the curtains of this highly successful 2026 International Conference on Electronic Systems and Artificial Intelligence Applications, ICESAIS 2026, I, Dr. Kedarnath Sahu, Professor and Head Department of EC, Stanley College of Engineering Technology for Women, feel it my absolute privilege and honor as the guest, as the General Co-Chair, to propose the formal vote of thanks. First and foremost, we extend our deepest gratitude to our valedictory chief guest, Dr. Anupama Sharma sir, outstanding scientist and director, DSP DRDO, and our guests of honor, Dr. M. Raghavendra Rao, Director DRDO ASL, and Dr. Vishwajit Thakur, Dean Industrial University Gujarat, for gracing this honorable session and sharing their invaluable insights. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the legendary visionaries who graced our inaugural session, including our chief guest, Padma Bhushan Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Member Niti Ayog, Professor Kumal Malugram sir, Vice Chancellor Usmania University. We would like to make a special mention of the most elderly Vikram Sarabhai awardee, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary sir, who is the chief mentor of the conference event, and all of us, without whom all of us would not have got this wonderful opportunity of having a galaxy of scientists from DRDO. And I thank Dr. S.K. Chaudhary sir for being too much instrumental as far as this conference is concerned. I special thank you to Sri MGPL Narayana sir, Chairman IEEE Hyderabad section, and the Avionics Society of India for their unparalleled technical co-sponsorship. We express our deepest gratitude to our correspondent sir, Sri K. Krishna Rao sir, Director Sri T. Rakesh Reddy sir, for their visionary leadership and being the pillars of support. We also extend our profound thanks to all the respected deans and directors of both Methodist College of Engineering and Technology and Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women for their administrative excellence and guidance. I thank our general chairs, Professor Prabhuji Venkab, Principal Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, and Dr. B.L. Raju, Principal Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, and Dr. Srinivas Baba, HOD ECE Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, the General Co-Chair, for their outstanding guidance all through the events. Our heartfelt thanks and a special note of appreciation goes to Professor K. Jaishankar sir, Dean IPNO Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, for his invaluable leadership in shaping the conference framework all through these 3 days. A special note of appreciation goes to Dr. Madhumita Chakrabarti Madam, Director CMSDS DRDO, Chair for the pre-conference workshop, and the workshop conveners, Dr. Y. Mastanamma, Dr. Lalit Shankar, Dr. K. Prahlad Rao, the workshop coordinator, Dr. Gunta Kartik, for their exceptional role in the successful completion of the pre-conference as well as the 2-day conference. A warm thank you to all the eminent speakers of the pre-conference workshop, Mr. Suman Sinha, Senior Director, Qualcomm, Dr. Shantanu Chatterjee, RCI DRDO, Dr. Paulomi Chaudhary, Founder and CEO Helix, and Dr. Adarsh Kodanda, Aeroforce Lab Private Limited. For conduct of this conference, we sincerely thank. We had 11 different committees for conduct of this entire conference event. We sincerely thank the members of various conference organizing committees, such as the Technical Program and Publication Committee, comprising of Dr. Mallikarjun Rao, RCI, Dr. Prasanna, Dean R&D, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Gunta Kartik, Director R&D, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, and Mr. Buddha Chakravarti sir and the team. The Registration and Finance Committee of key persons including Dr. Raj Sekhar sir, Dean Academics Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. P. Rajinikanth, EEE Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, and Dr. Kanakadurga, HOD IT Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, and the team. I also thank Dr. Gautam Mahapatra, DRDO, for his valuable presence during the conference event. Our profound thanks to all the members of Session Management and Scheduling Committee, Dr. K. Jaishankar sir, Dean IPNA MCT, Dr. Ravi Yadahalli, Dean IQAC Methodist, Dr. G. Padmasri, HOD H&S, Stanley College of Technology, and the team. We sincerely thank to the Technical Infrastructure Committee, consisting of Dr. P. Lavanya, Dean's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. T. Praveen Kumar, Head of Department, AI and ML, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Diana Moses, Dean A&A MCT, Dr. B. Krishna Kumar, Professor ECE, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. R. Manivannan, Professor Computer Science Engineering, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women. We also thank all members of the Hospitality and Guest Relations Committee, Dr. Mustafa, Dean Student Affairs, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Dr. Bharat Naik, Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. Sunil Solomon, Department of H&S, Dr. P. Narayana Stanley, and the team. We are thankful to the Food Committee, led by Dr. Anuradha Reddy, HOD H&S, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. Sachindranath, AO, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. Akula Ramesh, AO, Stanley College of Engineering Technology for Women, and the team. Dr. K. Veerabhadra Rao, H&S, Methodist College of Engineering, Dr. Vijay Kumar, MBA Department, Stanley College of Engineering Technology, also a part of the Food Committee. We sincerely thank Dr. T. Praveen Kumar, HOD and Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. Imran, Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. D. Savani, Department of IT, Stanley College of Engineering Technology for Women, and the team of the Printing and Conference Kit Committee. We are thankful to Dr. Y. Mastanamma, HOD EEE, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Ms. Pratyusha, CSE A&ML, Dr. Lakshman, EEE, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. Mansoor, Website in charge, Methodist College of Engineering, for leading the website committee. Our sincere thanks to the Publicity Committee, led by Dr. Sujata, HOD MBA, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. Srikant R, PRO, Civil Department, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Dr. G. Gangadhar, Department of H&S, Stanley College of Engineering Technology, and the team. We thank all the certificate committee members and the team, including Dr. Bandita Naik, HOD Civil Engineering, Methodist College of Engineering Technology, Mr. YMM Reddy, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. G. Srilata, HOD A&ML, Stanley College of Technology for Women. Our sincere appreciation and thanks to the stage committee, led by Dr. G. Padmasri, HOD H&S, Stanley College of Technology for Women, Dr. Vyoma, H&S Department, Stanley College of Technology for Women, Dr. V. Srilata, H&S Department of Stanley College of Technology for Women, and the team. We sincerely thank the members of our Elite Advisory Committee, the Steering Committee, the International Advisory Committee, including the distinguished scientists and delegates from prominent defense labs such as RCI, DRDL, ASL, DLRL, NSTL, whose expertise could really give this conference a global exposure. A warm thank you to all the eminent keynote speakers, session chairs, co-chairs, and vice chairs who steered the technical presentations seamlessly. We are immensely grateful to our industry partners, including Qualcomm, Ananta Technologies, Accrued Technologies, and Electronic Systems, who exhibited their cutting-edge products and demonstrated them to our students and faculty members. Thank you to the brilliant authors. Your research work is the true soul of this conference event. We highly appreciate to the dedication of all faculty members, all office staff, support staff of both Methodist College of Engineering Technology and Stanley College of Engineering Technology for Women to work around the clock to make this conference successful. We thank the press and media and the other staff for continuous coverage of the event proceedings over these last 3 days. Last but not the least, a massive round of applause I request for our student volunteers from both Methodist College of Engineering Technology and Stanley College of Engineering Technology for Women, whose tireless enthusiasm made this event a grand success. Thank you one and all for making this international conference ICESAIS 2026 a grand success with a resounding milestone. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
With that, we come to the official close of the IEEE International Conference on Electronic Systems and Artificial Intelligence Applications, ICESAIS 2026, jointly organized by the Avionics Society of India, Methodist College of Engineering and Technology, Stanley College of Engineering and Technology for Women, and technically co-sponsored by the IEEE Hyderabad section. I'll now request all the delegates here to please stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all. A high tea has been arranged for all the participants and the faculty members. I request the faculty coordinators to please stay back to receive your certificates before you move out for the tea. I request the faculty coordinators to please collect your certificates before you leave. I request the faculty coordinators. I request the management committee members to please present the certificates to the faculty coordinators.